Hey guys, this is Shadowq. For those of you who don't know me, I am the support for Denial Esports of Smite, and this is going to be a vlog. I'm actually just coming back from our trip to Plantronics, so I'll talk about that. Then I know a few of you are definitely interested in me talking about our roster, so I'll get to that right afterwards. And finally, I think I'm going to talk a little bit about relegations, and either my predictions or thoughts on them, and all the above. So let's start with the trip to Plantronics. First off, Plantronics is just awesome people. Everyone there was super, super, super nice. For those of you who don't know, they're actually a company that makes like headsets and other hardware things, but I think they're mostly headset oriented. Um, so basically, we flew down there through Denial Esports. Plantronics is a sponsor of Denial, and we flew down there with I think two Halo players and one Call of Duty player, and I went with the best. And it was actually a really, really good trip. I enjoyed it immensely. It was just awesome. We get to their offices and like they have this giant wall of like history that you can interact with, just like um, you know a couple monitors, touch screen stuff. You can check out like how they started, and you know the big landmarks. Like they initially, I think they initially made headsets for airplanes and stuff. So that's pretty cool that they've come this long way. Plantronics is like by no means like a small company at all either. They're really, really they're actually quite big, for compared to what I expected, I guess. So we get there. They basically give us a tour of the whole place. It's really, really, really cool. They've got all this like cool noise canceling stuff, so you can barely hear people like a cubicle away from you, so you can just like talk freely with whoever you want. They've got a couple of waterfalls. They have a bunch of lounge areas. They even have like their own kitchen within the building, which is really cool. Um, and while we are there, we get to like test out their products, like give our feedback and thoughts on it and all that stuff. It was actually really cool. Um, Very good experience. I had a lot of fun, and I know Best did as well. Uh, it was awesome. I thank you big time to Plantronics. And actually, they gave us headsets, and the one I'm using right now actually is the I don't know how well you can see it exactly, but it's the Plantronics rig. It's it's really nice. It's way better quality than my old mic, both mic wise and like what I hear wise. So that's really cool. Plantronics trip was really good, and then afterwards, me and the Best and my girlfriend actually stayed out there a few more days to just hang out in Santa Cruz. So after we did the Plantronics visiting thing, we, just hung out in Santa Cruz. It was really a lot of fun. Um, so that was the trip. It was just another huge thank you to the Plantronics for flying us out there. It was a lot of fun. Um, Next time, I guess I'll talk about our roster. So recently, first off, the post we made like maybe 2 weeks ago or so is Madman Mark is no longer on the team. Basically, he wasn't really able to make scrims, and if we can't practice, we're not really going to improve. So even though, in my opinion, this might be biased. It's really hard for me to tell, but in my opinion, Mark is the best ADC in the pro league. Um, Honestly, hands down, he was really, but he really couldn't make practices, and it's kind of unfortunate to lose someone with that much talent, but it is what it is. So. Uh, we basically had to replace him. I think we know who we're going to replace him with right now. We'll make an announcement very soon. Don't worry, I won't keep you out of the guys. I won't keep you guys in the dark for that much longer. But I'm pretty sure we know who it is. So we have a solid roster um, with the addition of that, and and then finally the best basically just quit. Uh, he hasn't been really feeling too well recently. Hasn't really liked the game Smite for quite some time. Not really because of anything specific, but Smite's never really been his favorite game. It's been boring to him, honestly. It really has. Both in competitive and casual play. He didn't like really dislike it, but it wasn't really fun for him, you know. So I mean, if he wants to quit over that, I understand it completely. We didn't really leave him on bad terms. I still like the guy. He's still one of my best friends in the whole world. Uh, but as far as his replacement, obviously, I think we start playing in like 14 days or so, or something like that. So we're working on a solo lane replacement right now. We do not have a solid answer yet, like we do for our ADC, but that's going to be announced probably at the same time, probably. Um, and that's pretty much it for roster. I mean, we have our ADC. I think he's very, very solid. He has the potential to be better if he really does want to improve. And like if honestly, if he can just practice with us, that'll be, uh, at least a step in the right direction. Um, And I guess finally I'll talk about relegations. I think maybe today or yesterday, the brackets and schedule were actually posted. I think I've heard from a couple people that this was announced earlier, but I've only really noticed it now. I think the brackets are not really brackets. It's actually just single elimination best of five. And a lot of people can argue that best of five is really good because it's not just going to be like one easy upset. It's not like, uh, you know, I don't know, team return or something like that. One single game off eager and then they're out of it. It's not going to be like that. No, not at all. It's going to be a best of five, so whichever team really wins the best of five really deserves to be advanced. Like they're going to have a decisive like better roster and better team than the other team more or less. But the problem is that is only in the context of the matchup of that team versus the other team. And return might like let's say this is just an arbitrary example. Let's say Team Return beats Eager like every time, every single match when they're facing each other. But Eager is just an all-around better team. Like they beat every single other team except for Return. Like you would not want to see one of the like best teams in the relegations get eliminated just to one one matchup basically. Like and I think that's really not a great system. I think they could probably have the same number of games and make it a little more round robiny because even though best of five is really good, single elimination is not really ever good like that. So those are my thoughts on the format. As far as my predictions, I think right now I'm looking at the thing right now. It looks like it's going to be Cognitive versus Nomad. I think I'm going to give that one to Cognitive. I know we've been scrimming them a lot. They're really good players. I think they can take it over Nomad. And I don't even know if Nomad's around anymore or not, but regardless, I think Cognitive has a, better team right now. Next match is going to be Legion versus Return. I think this is going to be the closest match of all of them, and I think it's going to be really close. Either team can really take it. I don't know enough to say which one's going to win decisively, but it's going to be really close. Enemy Esports versus Boogaloo. I've got to give that to Enemy. Probably. I think they would have an advantage. And Eager versus High Five. High Five's been around for a while. I know they've had recent roster changes ish, but they're still a really strong team, so they're going to make a good showing. But I still have to give that matchup to Eager. So those are my thoughts on relegation. I guess that's about it. Thank you guys much for watching. If you want to follow me, my Twitter and Twitch link is actually in the description below. So go ahead and follow me on both of those. And thank you much for watching, guys. Really appreciate it. See you next time.